we're gonna be winterizing the Bayliner 185. It's got a 3.0 Mercruiser in it. Ignore the screaming kids in the background. Here's kind of what we're gonna need. We're gonna do an oil change as well as winterization. So before I get started, I'm gonna put some of this fuel stabilizer in it. I gotta figure out how many gallons are actually in the tank right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly turn the ignition slightly over to figure out how much is in the tank. So since I have just over half a tank, and this is a 28-gallon tank, I'm gonna guess that I have about 15 gallons in there. This is 1 ounce per 2.5 gallons. So I'm gonna put 6 ounces into the fuel tank, and then I'm actually gonna top it up with some gas that I've already mixed so that it mixes through. I'm gonna fill the tank up with the remaining gallons that I have. This is already pre-mixed with stabilizer. You wanna fill the tank up as much as possible so you don't have much room in there for condensation to happen over the winter. So we're gonna fill it up as much as possible. All right, so I got the muffs connected. I'm gonna lower the outdrive, turn it on, and run it up to temperature so I can change the oil. So I want to get the oil temperature up, so we'll the engine temperature get to kind of 175, and then I'm gonna turn it off and change the oil. So this hose right here is the oil drain. I'm gonna disconnect this, run it out through the drain hole in the back, and then we can unscrew the plug here and drain all the oil out. All right, so I've routed the drain plug out through the transom down there. I'm gonna pop off the oil cap here, and then we're gonna go and unscrew the drain plug and drain the oil out. All right, so this is the oil drain hose. We're gonna take off the drain plug here and drain it into a waste container. So while that's draining, I'm going to fill up my my Camco winterizer kit with these 3 gallons of RV and marine antifreeze. So how this winterizing kit works is that you have it connected to a garden hose, and you're running your motor with the garden hose connected, and it all goes through here, down into the muffs and out. Once the thermostat opens up, at operating temperature, what you'll do is you'll turn off this valve, turn on this valve, and that'll replace all the water in the block with that antifreeze there. So it'll go down through. You'll see it come out of the motor, and you're gonna run that, and then you'll fog it with the fogging oil, which I'll show you in a second. All right, so the oil is all drained. I brought the oil line back inside, connected it. Now we're gonna put our oil back in here. Then we're gonna winterize the boat. Basically that.
Move the flame arrestor.
Like she said, with a wrench, remove the flame arrestor. So once we get the boat going again, we're gonna run it up to temperature to open up the thermostat. We're gonna open up the antifreeze on the back, and then we're gonna spray the Sta-Bil into the carburetor. So we're gonna run it up to the 175 mark, and then we're gonna open up the valve on the antifreeze. All right, now that we're 175, I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna open this valve. Turn this one off. Then you got the pink going down. We want to make sure that the antifreeze is running through the motor. So now that that's flowing through, we're gonna let that run for a little bit. And once we get low on the antifreeze here, then we're gonna spray the fogging oil in to the cylinder to completely, basically cut the engine out, and that'll winterize it. All right, now that we're getting pretty low in the tank there, I'm gonna start spraying the fogging oil into the cylinder here. Now I'm gonna put the flame arrestor back on. And ultimately I would also change the spark plugs and the fuel filter, or sorry, the oil filter, but Amazon did not deliver it on time, so I'm gonna have to do that in the spring. But basically, that sums up how to winterize the Mercruiser 3.0. You could also, if you wanted to, you could drain the block with these drain plugs right here. You just disconnect them. I usually just run the antifreeze through there and I'm all set. This is going to be stored in a garage that's close to a house, so it's not going to be really exposed to the elements. But that's another alternative. I appreciate you watching, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.